Because, yeah, I was making sure that OBS settings were completely okay, and as it turns out, they weren't as okay as I thought, so I had to keep checking over and over until they were. And then I also was a bit late to the stream start. Anyway, I should have had this all prepared before the stream, but there were things I needed to take care of before the stream, and yeah, I didn't get to do it. Otherwise, we'll get into it right now, because we'll no better time than later than not at all. So as we get into the World of Horror character-exclusive custom characters, again, going over a review a little bit, and as I say in the description, please let me know if you don't want to see your custom content on any of my videos or streams, and I will probably try to take the video or stream down. I mean, I will, as long as the request is reasonable, like, you're not going in crazy for whatever reason. Second mystery, second encounter, Tachi-san's strength, charisma, and maybe a light check. And we have 4 strength, 5 dexterity, 6 perception, 6 knowledge, 8 charisma, and I don't know how much luck because I didn't really check. I did pull these characters from the places they were from, mainly the workshop. One is from the workshop, the others are from the server. So we are in version 1.01 because I figure, you know, just for the sake of making sure things are going to work, I wanted to just do 1.01, along with, you know, forced gameplay balance, because the forest is a 1.2 nightmare. So Akama, Coma, Kana, Arms, and Household Hell. And away we go. You know, I can work with the stat spread. Not a lot of pain for Zektast, but depending on what happens, I forgot what we start with, if anything. We do have the army knife, so we don't need to worry about the getting a weapon. But it would be nice to get anything else done. We don't have ward, so I don't need the illegal den to... Really? I could use a pack of cigarettes, but first let's just do a thing. I did not check the threat levels. I thought I was entering the vending machine. I was not. Well, we'll live with what we get just to kind of show how great it is to start with a weapon. But in the meanwhile, we'll go off with 4% Doom. Also because of Expel Evil. Otherwise we'd have about 10% Doom, but still. I always forget that the chibi form, you can push the chibi, or you can, as a creator of a character, you can put the avatar a bit further to the right, because if you didn't know, the chibi sprite is essentially a big little rectangle that's wider than it is taller on your screen. And so what happens is that basically your sprite is kind of this rectangle here, and you can put them farther on the right if you need the space. I mentioned this before with another character, but I keep needing to remember it now. I usually just like to make my character, you know, just a sprite, but if you need, you know, if they have a long flowing cape or they need to be further because there's something behind them, then you can put them further to the right when you're drawing them. Again, this might not make sense at all until you actually try making a character yourself, but even just looking at the character sprite, you should be able to see what I'm talking about if you ever look at the character sprites of a custom character in World of Horror. I also am interested in a lot of sprite work because, hey, surprise, surprise, as I do game dev myself, primarily an RPG maker, but I've been spreading out learning how to do other engines really slowly. I mean, I don't really have a lot of time anyway, along with just me getting into my honeymoon period of Zenless Zone Zero, but it's a process I'm interested in. I wouldn't call myself an artist, but I really do, you know, dabble in artwork because, among the other things that I am not as skilled in, sprite work is something that I should somewhat be comfortable with, if for nothing else, working with sprites, whether they're in their PSD forms for, like, you know, Photoshop type software, if I am working with PNG files. Old gods forbid I'm working with a JPEG. JPEGs, yeah, I've long learned how that's gonna be a bit painful for me to do. Also, you know what? Just so that I don't make a mistake, I'm gonna actually open this. So this character is Mr. Foster by Vic Vegas. The creator's name is Vic Vegas, but yeah, that's the character. I forgot. Why am I needing to check a thing? Yeah, this is Killing Floor 2 specifically. I need to actually check. Yeah, Killing Floor 2. So a Killing Floor 2 character, among other things. We are going to be moving on to more characters that you are just as likely to know after the first 2 runs. Again, we always do an Ath run and a Zektast run just to kind of push the characters to their limits to some extent in a general format, but as I'm trying to get back to World of Horror for some reason. I pulled up 3 different windows, and they were not World of Horror. I pulled up the stream, I pulled up OBS, and I pulled up my notes, and that was not what I should have done. Let me do this. Yeah, we're back in the game now, but yeah, if nothing else, the army knife and 6 perception isn't bad. I would like it to be a little higher, but that would be too much. When I say a little higher, I mean just to be broken, but or nearing a broken phase. Nearing broken in terms of cool. It's super cool to play the character, but we don't need it to be that way. So, as I take a gamble here, 60%, otherwise 3 stamina damage, but power of the army knife. And then we can switch to a box cutter if need be. We shouldn't need to, but we'll see. And away we go. But yes, just a handful of custom characters. I should be able to get to all 3 of them, assuming I don't decide to have a salty run back. Also, we're in a Burning Man fight, so I don't know why I was about to just fight this fight, but what we're instead going to do is anything but that. So yeah. Usually my runs can take about 15-20 minutes upwards if I'm really stopping to think and then go over details for the custom character that I think, in terms of balance, in terms of how the immersion, but you mostly balance. And so I'm sitting here explaining things while going through the mysteries, which can take me anywhere from 15-20 minutes. Multiply that about 6 runs, 3 characters, 2 old gods. That is usually a large amount of stream time. But again, if the runs are shorter than that, then I should be able to fit 3 custom characters. You know, even just about 6 months, I said a few months ago, that's a bit too short. 6 months ago, I was considering, oh, yeah, you know, I can do about 5 to 6 characters in a stream, and it turns out, well, unless I'm willing to go 3 to 4 hours, which sometimes I do have the time for, but usually it's not a healthy idea for me in terms of my current schedule. No, that's not going to happen. But if I did want to do it, it would be that long. So because, as I said, going through an Ath run and a Zictas run with each character takes about, 30-40 minutes. A little bit shorter if I'm a bit faster. But if I really want to enjoy the character and go over what they have to offer, and depending on if they have character events or not that I may want to look at, it can be about 30-40 minutes. Multiply that by 6, and yeah, you have about 3 to 4 to maybe 5 hours, based on my own calculations of what numbers I'm using. But again, it depends. Otherwise, yeah, as of right now, 2 to 3 characters per stream seems to be my comfort level. Because without that, I should have actually guessed for the Ghost Ritual. I feel like you can do that. Or do you have to wait till the end? Well, yeah. Either way, with that Burning Man encounter, we should be perfectly fine. Yes, I also did wake up late, but that was not more the reason why. I've woken up late before and been perfectly on time for streams. It's just that, yeah, on this current day, I also had something else that I had to do, so I just want to do this. What do I get for this? I do want to go for one of these. Yeah, I want to go for one of these. So we're going to go 90-80, and we miss. So I guess we will just take -2 all in this encounter. Should be able to do this? Yeah. Not guaranteed, but low enough power for me to get away with it. So -2 all. With the power of Kana as well. Kana and Burning Man. That's not usually going to happen, but when it happens, you'll see that your runs on Harbinger at least get a lot easier. And if they're not on Harbinger and they're on an easier difficulty, because there are only easier difficulties after Harbinger, then you're going to see how much easier the run is going to be as a whole. On Harbinger, it may not save you, but definitely a Burning Man and Dullnurse visit are going to make your life a lot easier, because you're not taking damage, and therefore you need to rest less, so you have more doom to rest or do other things. But as we move on here, I don't know what this character's perk packs are. I know I looked at the name, but I didn't look at the perk packs. We have shopping perks, which would be great if I had more funds to do a thing. Otherwise, we're just going to do this. We're probably not going to buy any more packs of cigarettes. Really, that's all I'd really buy. We did start. Oh, this character starts with funds. That's right. I was like, we're not on 7th Curse. How did we start with 4 funds? Because this character starts with funds. So this character starts with the army knife weapon and 4 funds, which would normally help out. You'll see a lot more synergy in Ill-Fated because you get to level up immediately. But like this, it's just fine as well. So We should rest. We'll wait for a moment. I guess we can rest now. Also, yes, I didn't get much sleep as well, but that's true for any day right before I stream anyway, so if I haven't already been saying it already, as we do our best, we should be able to get out here. Although I do want to eventually grab handcuffs, so we'll keep an eye on that, but otherwise, we may be able to just 1-2 punch Akamanto here, but still, we need space to grab the mask, so whether I run into an encounter and throw these items, or not run into an encounter and just throw away one of these 2 items, we should be fine either way. So yeah, as I mentioned, since we want a pair of handcuffs, I am going to... Oh, I didn't get the handcuffs. Did I not get the handcuffs? Well, that means I'm going to smoke this pack of cigarettes and equip this box cutter, because I am not willing to risk what happens when I don't have the handcuffs. Did I really not grab them? Oh, okay, well, again, we're going to do this then. We're probably just going to tank this in the face. We have Kana with us, so it's perfectly fine for the moment. But we'll do this first and then see what happens, because we can then desperate struggle next turn. And yeah, that should be a 2-shot. I almost said 1-shot. 2-shot. Box cutter blade broke. Shouldn't matter. Doesn't matter though. And I didn't grab the empty bottle, but that's on me. But we should be fine either way. So equip the crestfallen mask. We have a crestfallen mask. Equip anime graphic. That's often the thing I see the most because, well, obviously I fight non-ending A Akamanto, but it is a very cool graphic to see on characters, to see how people interpret Akamanto's mask on their character. And obviously it's usually going to be a mask on their face, but sometimes I think there's like been a few moments when it hasn't been that as we go into arms. So yes, it would be interesting to I think. Also blah 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 cigarettes. And away we go. I am keeping an eye out on more, light novels that I've heard of prepared, usually light novels, but also manga, manhwa, other things. Lowers Doom by 2, unfortunately we've already used that. We also have the not military background, I think it was something else, but anywho. We'll do double perception for the sake of double perception, and off we go. I don't remember my second encounter, by the way, that's on me, but we have 43% Doom on our 4th mystery. We should be perfectly fine, and if we're not, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? If we get out of funds, we'll trade off more Doom. Yeah, that's fine for the moment. We can even run from an enemy if we so choose, but because we are who we are, with a crestfallen mask, there's very low chance. And what happened in this run? The Burning Man really has done a lot to help us out in the run. That being said, we're not completely out of the woods, so... Or maybe we are. Maybe we are. 12 damage. We throw all 4 of these, I think. And if I do bonus damage, so be it. Like, we're cruising through this run at the moment. But if we didn't have the army knife, we would definitely have about, like, 16% Doom more. So the fact that the character starts with the weapon on top of having 4 funds. So even if we didn't start with the weapon, we have the funds to buy a weapon pretty much straight up. So we'd only need to spend about, 7-9 Doom as opposed to 16-20 Doom on top of anything that happens during the run, like that event, like Akamanto's mask, like Burning Man, so on and so forth. Like 12 damage here off the start without receiving any damage is quite important. But the custom character helps out as well. Now, their perks might not all be there in terms of it's not always going to be something they're not always going to be... The perks that the character has might not be something you get to profit from in every run. It's more than good enough to... the character's other parts of the character, gameplay-wise, is going to be more than enough. And let's just do this just so we don't die. While strength being low is a factor, Army Knife usually makes up for it on top of, like I said, 4 funds. The shopping perks, if possible, but hey. I forgot to take out the empty bottle again. I keep doing that, but hey. Not like we particularly need it as we get into Tacoma here. Now I should switch to police station. And we finally did get the handcuffs, but unless we run into the double nurses, we shouldn't really need the handcuffs. I'm still going to make a quick swap anyway, because I'm not going to be confident enough to go, yeah, I can run into everything and survive. I can run away from things and survive, but that's direct left is stamina, right is reason. No. That's fine. Take a nap. I could grab painkillers here, I might as well. And if we're about to die to stamina, then we can take the painkillers out. Or I should just gobble them down immediately. The threat level increases, so there is little point to visiting or putting police patrols here anyway, but you know what? I did what I could. Let's actually use these painkillers, by the way. I could also rest again. I might as well. Just so that I don't die, but at least we get our healing done. And we are going to take reason at the end, but yeah, we have so much doom that it probably shouldn't even matter. So we're going to handcuff Miku here just because we can. I shouldn't need to do, yeah, I shouldn't need to throw everything I have. And you're under arrest, Miku, but we'll also take out the other things. This is useless. Grab the bandage instead, and off we go. So no more encounters downtown. Are we going to run into anything in the hospital? Oh, quick thinking. You always are so cool. But in the meanwhile, I mean, we can double up on knowledge, you know, just for giggles. But after that, we should be perfectly fine. I don't think I have ever seen what this character's luck is, so as we get time skip and the game does its best to stop us, there's no way. We're having a good time, I should have taken stamina there. I don't know why I didn't, but we have 8 knowledge, so it should be fine. Second, strength, charisma, and maybe a light check, but we survive no matter what, pretty much. It's hard for us to die here, to say another way. So we took Household Hell second, because we did Kana, then Household Hell, then Akamanto. We run into Takushi-san here, but we can kind of just throw out these blades and have a fun time. Would you like to dance? Would you like to be on the kill? You are on the killing floor. Haha. Figurative and literal pun. But away you go. I could have even sent Kana, but we were just, you know, no need when you're as powerful as we are, although the next 2 characters don't know for sure. Let me try to remember this. I want to say we ran into the Twisted Corpse first, for whatever reason. Before running to, I think, Burning Man? Nope. We survive anyway, but I really need to remember that. Hey, as it turns out, when you're doing a Nuzlocke, should probably remember more about the run that I'm doing, because the game checks your second encounter if you have such a run. But anywho, as we do move into our next run, we'll set random item stats to random for... we'll set the item statistics to random for fun. But more importantly, we're going to set ourselves to task, as we have cult, character exclusive, and random item perks. So the army knife, it's going to show 5, 85, 70 here, but when we enter the house, we're going to see what it randomizes to, as we have a light check, second Takushi-san strength, and maybe a dexterity check. Now here it matters more for me to remember my lighthouse stuff, but we're still going to set legal den just in case. We start with a weapon anyway, but we're only doing 4 damage with a faster weapon, but 65 accuracy. So really, the damage decrease is going to hurt, kind of. But if we can find another weapon, we'll do another weapon. We'll use another weapon. So off we go. I think I see festival footage. Flood. I'm going crazy. Flood, ramen, botanist, teacher, and we do have ward, but we also have teacher and flood. So into investigating teacher I go. But we do want to visit the illegal den and grab the hospital pass. If this meat cleaver were doing 5 damage, cool, but it is not. So off we go immediately. Well, we'll visit the history club once. Sure, actually. But more importantly, so we have flood, teacher, and a thing. Why did I just forget the other boss mystery? Ward. We have ward. I forgot what the other 2 mysteries after that were, but I know we have flood and we know we have ward. We're in teacher right now. Why do I I'm just gonna set the thingamajiggy because I don't think we have sailors, and I would have remembered if we had metamorphosis. So I'm gonna set the mansion or anything that was at high threat level. If it was downtown was high threat. If downtown was high threat level, we should have set downtown. But otherwise, we're fine for the moment. So we'll calm you down because we have high charisma. I could also visit the schoolyard if we had it, but I did not enable that for whatever reason. So whoops. And off we go. So yeah, no, probably no cigarettes this time. We'll see if we get funds to do so, but really, probably not, really. And we'll move on. We won't be able to brace against the school, but that should be fine for the moment. We are on Zectast, I completely forgot, so we do need to increase strength once, and dexterity... No, we just need to increase strength once. Hello there, Colt Hunter. We're willing to lose the damage here, although that's a lot of stamina to lose. It's not like we can really brace into anything significant, so I'd rather just do that and then equip the demon mask. You know what would have been great? So I would think about using the perk pack with Irizumi, but obviously that if you're for immersion's sake, that might not fit. So for the sake of, you know, but for gameplay reasons, I would rather use Irizumi with the shopping perks. That way you can sell things like the hunting rifle. But otherwise, maybe we can just throw the the hunting rifle at anything that we run into. But for the moment, we'll just gamble. We're out in usually 2 turns anyway. So, unless we miss all 3 of these, because 15%. That's about 15%, by the way, if you didn't know the odds of that. So we are going to throw the hunting rifle. And we are going to take another gamble. 55%. Okay, good. And off into the boss fights we go. So I should have things prepared to do sensor stuff. But more importantly, do I want to... Oh, we can't even do a thing anyway. Yeah, there's no point. We can't really brace into anything as well, so I guess we are going to... Well, first we gamble here. 90%. But as we put the things on the screen, we missed 90% as well. Nice. Well, you know what? I guess we just do it again. There's no way I missed 90% twice, right? But hey, we'll just go all out on the school here, and if we get badly bleeding, at least we have Ward. Ward next. I almost thought I was going into Flood next for whatever reason. And off we go. We did not get the badly bleeding effect, so that'll save me some resources, but we still have Ward and we still have Flood, so... And this character has nothing to really... Unless the... No, just Discipline. Yeah, military background. I mean, again, immersion-wise, that makes sense, but... I think I'd rather have Big Spender. Discipline is also nice. Now, for consistency's sake, you take Discipline here. And away we go. I took experience there, but maybe I should have healed. We're going to find out. If you run into Dullners, just toss away all the advantages of most custom characters. But we'll see what happens. So, especially if we pick up a... If we go into a Dullners encounter, that gives us a branch or broken bottle that does 4 damage. It's probably going to be faster than the army knife we have, so hey. And I will do this for now. We have the Curious Package, but not really much you can do with it. Because we're probably going to run anyway. I know we have Flood, but still. Okay, so this character has 8 luck. Doesn't matter, because when your RNG is bad, you're going to fail everything anyway. I don't know why I humored that, but I humored it more to look at the character's luck without having to look outside the game. But you know what would be nice? Actually surviving. We have Flood afterwards, so the closer we... if we can finish the thingy without... If we can finish the mystery without resting, that would be nice. And we should be able to, unless a freak accident happens. Yeah, we should be fine here, so we're going to run away here. We have Flood as well, so... Hospital Pass for pretty much 2 Doom, which is very, very good. On top of Flood is very, very good. So we'll take more experience because we know we're going to be resting in Flood. And off we go. Yeah, so for the most part, obviously, for those who have been with this channel, you know the deal. But for those who haven't, just know that, you know, I've known the game, not like the back of my hand, but I've gone through enough of the game to kind of be comfortable with strategies that make more sense consistency-wise. Again, they're not always guaranteed. RNG is RNG, so when RNG happens, you just eat it in the face and cry. But for the most part, small little optimizations here, hey, turns out they do help out. But let's rest here for the moment. We have the school, so we can rest even more if we want to, which we probably will. The damage would be nice, but compared to the events that just absolutely pound your face, no. On average, though, it does actually work out in your favor. The damage is actually quite substantial, just 1 damage increase from getting the researchers. However, if you run into an encounter that ends up doing, I think, 4 HP usually, even if we include Doom, then you've lost more HP than just entering the boss. With the Theologist, of course. The Theologist is a big requirement for these calculations, but in general, resting in Flood is to your benefit, because you're not likely to escape unscathed from events, as opposed to just resting and then healing your HP before the boss proceeds to remove a lot of HP. Do I have a spell, by the way? No. But we do want to trade off stamina here anyway, so we'll do that. And then throw out a big attack. Actually, no, we want to just do this. Because either way, we are going to do a thing. Now, my question is, do I feel comfortable enough doing 2 of these? And the answer is no, so never mind. I should have actually traded stamina. I thought we'd be doing 15 damage, but I forgot that the game decided to take away a lot of my HP, or a lot of the damage from the army knife. We do have the demon mask equipped, but it's not going to result in the same damage increase as the base damage increase, being at 5, as seen here. Whereas normally, with normal item stats, the army knife would have been done 15 with the Desperate Prep Strong, but because all we have is Demon Mask, it's instead 6 times 2 plus 1. So we are going to do this. I'm going to keep increasing strength just for giggles, mainly, but really, I may want to brace at some point. We're going to take Botanist. And we are going to buy a pack of cigarettes. A brick would be nice, and we did get one, but cigarettes are going to be the way we're going. We'll check out this brick. 4 damage, 74 speed. Yep. We're going to immediately replace the army knife. I'm pretty sure throw damage is not randomized, so that's the one thing we can do to profit. We'll spend 2 funds there and move on. We get 3 dexterity there, but again, didn't know that task is going to happen. Not that it matters, so... But I appreciate the stat increase, although I don't appreciate the HP loss. So in a way, Zektest improving a stat that I don't want did hurt. Here, though, I like a bit more, but still. I don't think we want to smoke these cigarettes yet. Yeah, we don't. So again, even something like Fame, or not Fame, Signed Contract would help out a lot more, but Signed Contract would probably not be a perk pack that's good for immersion, so we live with what we get. Again, not saying that military background is absolute bad. Discipline is quite a helpful perk. It's just that the synergy, I'm a bit sad, but I work with what I've got. Do I want to brace here? I don't think I actually want to brace here. No, I do want to brace here. You know why? You want to know why? Because I can do Desperate Struggle and then throw the Army Knife for damage. Yeah, this should be 13 perfectly. If not, we're going to plan to throw the brick, but thankfully we defeated the infested girl, so off we go. Forgot my second encounter, by the way. I've done this to myself, but we could just end up dying immediately. That could happen too. Instead, though, thankfully we got out for now. So away we go. So we have 50% or 51% Doom on our last mystery. We should be pretty okay. But we're not out of the woods yet, figuratively speaking. We are out literally, but we're going to level up again. And yeah, we're not really picking up any firearms, so we're instead just going to do everything else. We do have the brick equipped, but I still like strength anyway. And especially since we have the pack of cigarettes with us, we'll take a gamble and investigate once. Never mind, that was a bad gamble, but We should be able to get some stuff done. Can we do 2 of these? No, we can only do 1. Well, hey. We will still do this, but we need to take another point of reason damage first before we can get out. And yeah, away we go. So we can do 2 investigations here, but let's first rest. That way we don't die, reason-wise. And we'll see what happens. We should now have enough cigarettes for the rest of the run, but we just want to be safe here. Does that count for discipline? That feels like that counted for discipline. I saw the HP shake, that's why I believe that, but anywho. So we should be able to do 2 brick attacks here. We can only guarantee 1 though, unless the game bugs out, but I often don't like using the time unit bug, which shows that apparently you can do more attacks than you think, but if I miss 2 of these 4, I'm gonna cry. But yeah, sometimes the game thinks, I forgot what the exact reason is for that specific bug, but it happens at times, and that makes me sad. Well, perception, but should still be fine for the moment. In fact, we can even level up and increase strength to 8, but I don't know if that's gonna matter. We didn't run into a single encounter though, so there's the time skip. Still shouldn't matter, but we'll see. We will level up even if we don't pass any of the checks, but we do have a lot of checks, so let me do a thing, and away I go. So, yeah, we should be able to just walk up this line. We have the lump of flesh too, so effectively we have about 13, 14 stamina. And I will need to AFK shortly after this, just so I can do a thing, so excuse me. But I'll do that right after this run, so I will be right back. Future Jordan should probably put timestamps. I say that, but I haven't put timestamps on everything, but it's fine. Can we even just one-shot? Yeah, we do, because he takes the bonus damage from Blunt, which the brick is, on top of the Demon Mask and other stuff. Does it say the school? It was not the school. I did take teacher first, so that means that the student was my second encounter. But we passed the Zectast run. It wasn't going to be that difficult anyway, but we did get lucky with some Zectast events, so hey. But without further ado, let me do a thing here as I go AFK really quickly, because I need to go AFK really quickly. So hold on. If I skipped to this part, and it looks like there was a skip in the VOD, then it's because the character's image files were named improperly, which means that I had to make changes on the fly as I go into World of Horror custom character once more. And this time everything should be working properly. If not, I'll show it this time. But hey, Charisma, Strength, Light, Dexterity, second, and off we go. But as I mentioned before, 3 Strength, 4 Dexterity, 9 Perception, 7 Knowledge, 5 Charisma, because then I'd also include the AFK moment, but let us see. So while this character has 7 Knowledge, they also have 9 Perception. Perfect for the Army Knife, lo and behold, because the Army Knife you need, I think, specifically 9 Perception to do prep attack. But we'll see what happens. If we have Ward, it would help as well. Metamorphosis, Festival, Teacher, Akamanto, and Recluse. So we have a bunch of boss mysteries. That doesn't make me happy, but we're gonna have to live with it. So what would I rather do fourth is the question. Probably Teacher, all things considered. So instead we'll take Akamanto first, because we need to grab a weapon at all. But this character starts with 5 funds, so we can immediately buy the Army Knife. We can take a look at the Hermit as well, but probably not going to be... Well, yeah, 5 reason for 5 doom decrease. Could be interesting, but more importantly, we're in Akamanto now, so getting the Rock Ring would kind of be counterintuitive to competing against Slot C items, but while the school is at max threat level, we will also set the police patrols to the school, and off we go. So yeah, hopefully everything works. If not, I guess we just give up on this character for now, because then I would have run into a crash. So the character crashed basically, and as is frequently going to be seen if you make a mistake with the low stamina or low reason graphic, if and when your custom character's stamina or reason drops below 9 or 9 stamina, or 2 9 stamina or 9 reason and below, the game will crash and you'll get an error window. Now that being said, it's harder to kind of figure that out if you start a run, say on the Scar's backstory, and you have another max stamina or max reason decreasing status, then you might be like, well, the character doesn't work at all, but it could be that they load in with the graphic and the character crashes, so something to watch out for as you're making a character. On top of just making sure that your Ito file links to things properly, because if there's a single error in file name, in trying to read file names, that's shouldn't be a common error, but it is actually a common error that happens at times. So again, one last time really quickly, do watch out. Oh, hold on, let me just focus here for a moment. Yeah, we should be able to just throw the branch and leave, right? Or just prep attack with the army knife, sorry. But yeah, watch out for your Ito file and how it links to your images and whatnot, because any mistake there will crash the game. Just to put it simply. But meanwhile, so I don't think this is real. We can throw the box cutter. This does 1 damage, right? Yeah, so we should be able to just handcuff immediately. And off we go. Now, if I had gotten the rock ring, I could have waited. Also, we got roads closed here, so oof my doom. But for the moment, we'll be okay. We also still have the thingamajiggy, what am I trying to say? We have Anxious Athlete, so if not Amateur Detective or Deduction, nice luck check, by the way, then we may be able to grab the Fast Swimmer perk, which, you know, turns out really helpful in Roll of 4. But I'm sure Shinichi is a very fast swimmer as well in lore. So yeah. But as I was mentioning before the crash, yeah, as it turns out, if you get specifically detective style characters, but any characters that have to do with, like, you know, mysteries in general, whether they be books, TV shows, and whatnot, turns out they also fit in World of Horror on top of just, you know, horror genre based characters. Can I please pass a check, by the way? I'm thankful we have average luck, but hey. As we prepare for combat, yeah, we are going to take 6 reason damage, unless we have something else. No, skin removal is, it costs reason, well, here it costs doom, so you know what? Yeah, we are going to cast this twice, and lose 8 doom for it, but we have the doom to spare, as opposed to reason, so, because we're about to take a thing anyway. What am I trying to say? I'm about to take Flood. We get Blood Moon, but we can do Prep Attack. Now, this run's going to get more... It's going to get more interesting in Zectast, but while we're here, we'll increase strength regardless. And we will be increasing strength because Zectasting... Oh, no, not Flood. Metamorphosis, sorry. Well, I guess that's a bit more problematic, isn't it? We do have skin removal. So in a funny way, skin removal is actually more viable in Ath, but it depends on your circumstances. If you're losing a lot of doom, like you have roads closed and whatnot, then sure, you might not be able to use skin removal. But as opposed to just dying to reason, that's really the use case we're looking at here. Again, you need to be on Ath and then get skin removal, but still. If we're playing with the numbers, those are the numbers. Or you just take my advice, yeah, you might be able to use skin removal in your Ath run. Do I just take this in the face? We're in Metamorphosis. I think that's run. Yeah, we just run here. Now, we could use skin removal and our doom shoots up through the roof, but for the moment... Oh, well, yeah, that's not really helpful. So as I just said, when your doom increases rapidly in a short span of time, you start thinking twice about whether or not you can cast the thing. But we will need to cast it here because we're going to take 3 all, and then we're going to prep Desperate Prep Strong to get out. Was that 6 damage? Yeah, 6 damage. So 4 dooms for 6 damage. That's not the worst if you need to save yourself on HP. Deduction would still be nice at this point, but instead we got anything else. Really? No, wait, is it Fast Hands and Reporter's Bag? Why am I going crazy? Oh, anywho. Well, I guess we'll find out later. We'll take teacher now, but we do have the crestfallen mask for the moment, but yeah, I think we're gonna be using skin removal again. Just to avoid badly bleeding, theoretically. But we do also need a rest now. Goodness. Effectively, we're at 33% doom. That's the bottom line we're looking at here. Nice 12 roll on luck, by the way. If we run into out of funds, we'll trade off stamina. We probably will have to do that, but while we're here, we can make things work. Do we have any curses? No. We have fame, but we don't have any allies, so maybe I want to think about grabbing the doing schoolyard. Rolled an 11 on charisma. RNG is a heck of a thing. We did run into the dullness, so you know what? Fair game. In fact, it's in our favor now, but you understand what I'm trying to say. It's could have done a lot worse here. We'll equip this, by the way. Oh wait, we don't have time to change. We don't have time to change equipment. Well, we can save that for later. But yes, don't let it be said that while custom characters do have a can impact your run greatly, depending on how, you know, what they're given and what the creator decides to give them. There are things like the dullness and the handcuffs that also play a part in strategy. Like, your character does not dictate, and that's for good and bad, that can be good and bad. The good is that, you know, if a custom character is absolutely, you know, the threshold for a character being unworkable is a lot lower, if at all just, you know, a binary state, than if a character largely, or if not just completely dictated whether or not you'd survive a run, regardless of backstory, although we know that's not, or if you don't know, then that's not the case right now, but because things like dullness, handcuffs, flood, resting, you know, strategy in terms of what you're doing for your mysteries, what order you take your mysteries in, how you tackle those mysteries, and whether or not you take boss mysteries earlier or later, that plays a large factor into your survivability, on top of just knowing events. But once you play enough World of Horror, assuming you're playing with base events only, or not trying to mix things up, then for the most part, you are working with, you know, you're still going through, there's still a puzzle to figure out, or there's still strategy to be had. But yes, at the same time, if RNG plays too much of a factor for you, the viewer, and sometimes me, then it can seem like your strategies don't matter. But that's no reason to give up, in my opinion. Although I have, well, in the past, let's just say 10 years, I have done a few rage quits that I'm not proud of, but that's why I'm trying to fix myself here. I think there's something to be said to not just accountability, but having some responsibility for the actions you take and being seen, in terms of, hey, society exists to kind of judge you, and while sometimes that can be for the worse, usually it's for the better. That way you can, you know, not be as much of a coward, I guess, in the way of rage quits, then sometimes you could be. We're gonna resist here, by the way. And we should still be able to survive? I'm thinking here, because we get 15 damage on demand. We should be perfectly fine, but let's just make sure. We might get bonus damage, but still, that we wouldn't have had enough anyway. So, let me put the sensor up really quickly. Can I do that? Thank you. And away we go. Oh my goodness. Please, OBS! OBS! What are you doing? Okay, good. We'll do this twice. I think we have to do it maybe another time. No. Yeah, we do. Well, that's unfortunate. If we get badly bleeding, so be it. We needed to have another branch to throw, but thankfully, that did not happen. So instead, I lose 8% doom and move on with life. Now, we do still have roads closed, so anything that's gonna be very painful is gonna be painful. So yeah, with Freaky Flood, I should have taken the sensor off by now. But we'll see what happens. Fast Hands, Reporter's Bag. I guess Reporter's Bag, because we ran into dullness. That way we can throw more per thing, but more importantly, let's finally equip the Crestfallen Mask. Seems like I'm not going to get any other Slot C items. But in the meanwhile, I forgot to grab the Broken Bottle. I don't know why I did not grab the Broken Bottle, but hey, fun. So into Festival we go, as our last mystery, by the way, but that's perfectly fine. Road's closed, but Festival is usually not going to hurt you as much. It is now, but usually not going to hurt you as much. Unless you purposely do shrine investigations, then, I mean, it's to your own imperative, I guess. The Hermit would be interesting to pick up, but no, we shouldn't need the Hermit, so hey. Off we go. Oh no, my funds, my 0 funds. Whatever shall I do? But off we go. Leech Girl, but we should be able to one-shot this. Can we one-shot without throwing anything? If I do RNG, but I'm not gonna do that. Unless I want to brace, but no, I don't want to lose any HP at all if possible, so instead... We don't get to visit our storage here, I don't think. Yeah, no we don't, so we just have to keep moving onward. And hope that things work out. Search the tent for stamina loss? Yeah, cool, because I've not passed a lot of luck checks so far. Maybe one elevator, but I swear I've missed one elevator thing anyway, so we're gonna have our doom increase, because luck... I should have known better. If I thought I was gonna fail all of my luck checks today, I should not have taken that roll, but you know what? I made the decision I did, and turns out we're still okay. 67% doom pretty much going into the lighthouse, unless we have the boss in Timeline B here. We're gonna find out. I mean, 72% doom is more than survivable usually anyway, for those who don't know, but you never know. We are on Timeline B, by the way. I think we get a lot of damage here, but it's not like we need the thing anyway, so we'd rather just run. And I forgot if you get experience for actually defeating it the other way, but too late to remember that now and find out. Forgot to grab the empty bottle again. Should still be fine. Kind of, no, we wouldn't be. But we don't have this, sorry, knowledge check. We do have the strength check. So we are losing 6 stamina. We are losing 5 reason. But we shouldn't be dying regardless. And instead, or actually, I can do this. Rest 3 times. But more importantly, I also had a wine bottle and other stuff, but we shouldn't need it. Shinichi shouldn't need it. And off we go. So without further ado, that'll be the end of this run, whether I somehow die or whether I survive. We'll be moving into Zektas, where, as I said before, it's going to be a bit more interesting because I'm going to want to increase strength. I didn't remember, by the way, I just completely guessed on the second encounter. But while I might also still want to go for the army knife because it is better. But I guess for giggles, I can go for a knowledge weapon and see how good or bad that might go. So yeah, normally here I would take the army knife, but because we're about to do a Zektas run, ill-fated, character exclusive random item, custom character. So army knife usually wants 9 perception. I think are we on random item stats? I'm going crazy now. Well, either way, the perception lowering due to Zektas is going to hurt the army knife. And we're busy increasing strength by 2 and dexterity by 1 somehow, unless Zektas gives us those stats. Knowledge, second Takshisan, strength, and dexterity. But in the interest of playing in another way, we'll do the occult shop. We have to sacrifice the vending machines, but that's fine. And Legal Den, we're going to pick a Legal Den anyway. This character has enough perception to use the army knife. But again, we're going to go for anything else, really. Multiply Wound, we lost the notes that I didn't want. But this character starts with 5 funds anyway, so it's fine. We don't have an attire B, I forgot. And off we go. So, we're going to level up after looking at our mysteries. Recluse, Botanist, Nails, Kana, Eels. We're going to take Kana immediately, but we might as well take a check here. So we get Dexterity. Deduction would be nice as well. Deduction is a long-term play. I think I'm going to take it, yeah. I'm going to take Deduction. That's going to benefit me long-term. Now, keeping in mind, we're on Ill-Fated, so... And thank goodness I didn't grab Quick Thinking, because Zektas gave me the Dexterity I needed anyway. Now, I would have liked the thingy instead, but this is a fast Ritual Dagger. So, we'll take that instead. History Club and Downtown max threat level. Or the school and Downtown max threat level. So, forgot exactly what I had. I'm just going to do Downtown for now. I'm pretty sure I don't have scissors. That's all I really care about when I'm deciding between school and Downtown, really. Because a lot of mysteries, like, on average, without scissors, you're probably visiting downtown just as much as school, on average. If you were to just grab bag a bunch of mysteries minus scissors, but you get the point. Either way would have been a thing. So yeah, because we don't have 8 knowledge, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, but it matters once the HP scaling happens a lot more. Where, yeah, this 8 damage here, doing 10 damage on severing per turn, does make a difference, but right now it doesn't, so we're fine. Sadly enough, Sever, yeah, you'd think that your weapon might be able to... Your weapon speed contributes, it does not. So, for whatever reason, we'll deal with it. So off I go. Also, yes, when I fix the low reason, low stamina, I think, turns out it does help. So, hopefully, I feel like, because again, it's part of the Ito file, so I assume this character is crashing on the workshop for public beta 1.02. I guess I'll put a comment, better to say something than nothing at all here. Even if for some whatever reason a creator somehow gets, offended and just takes everything off the internet, I mean, it's not like I'm being unreasonable when I say, hey, the character's crashing, right? I wouldn't think so, right? Just making sure, though. But anywho, we'll move on, and we'll do a thing. So yeah, we can take knowledge here, but we more importantly want to take at least 1 point of strength. And we'll take more experience because we're on ill-fated. Just gonna go push for that experience plays. The experience plays? Going crazy. Recluse, by the way. And off we go. We have deduction, and our doom consumption is gonna be quite low. Doom management is gonna be quite good. Whatever I'm trying to say here. Because, yeah, apartment stuff. And also maybe the bath event, but usually you're not taking much doom damage, even just indirectly by way of taking damage and needing to rest. So, but investigating Recluse at all usually requires you to be prepared before it, because yeah, as I mentioned before, you probably want a weapon. You probably want at least 7 reason to tank the blows. But after that, though, it should be more than, and obviously knowing what events to take. Otherwise, you might need more than 7 reason if you take other things. Also, we have Kana with us, so some assembly was required. But yeah, 4 reason for Recluse isn't bad either. On top of all the events, of course, but usually, even though it seems like I'm making Recluse look like a cakewalk, I still say Recluse is at least top 3 difficult mysteries, because it does change. For me, it changes the entire way that I go through a run. Or if nothing else, it forces me to take it as the 3rd mystery at the latest. So a mystery that can do that is still, I think, difficult, because it overall affects the entire run. And therefore overall difficulty of the run. But, maybe you think differently. Maybe at this point you're like, well, Jordan, you make Recluse look easy, so I don't see how it's top 3. And I can kind of see where you're going with that, but there's also a reason why I plan to have a weapon and at least 7 reason when I go into Recluse, as opposed to other mysteries where you can definitely survive with less than that. But well, let's level up again. We might as well. Outdoorsman, I guess, but I would have liked anything else. It's fine for now, though. So he took a cult shop. Even if I wanted to, immerse myself and say, oh, this character shouldn't smoke the cigarettes for the nicotine rush buff, we don't have it anyway, because we had to take the occult shop. But if I did have it, then yeah, these funds here would have been great. That being said, I completely forgot about that. Did I take the handcuffs, by the way? I need them here. And we can, but let me see what else I can get. If I hit all of these, sure. I just need to hit 2, I think. But more importantly, we get out without taking any damage. Ritual dagger healing, but then we get time skip, I think, so... Forgot my second encounter again, but it might actually be the roommate if I did not fight a lot in Eels, which I feel like I did. I feel like I may have. I guess I'm going to find that out later. Household Hell and Botanist, by the way. So we're gonna do botanist now. I loathe going through the forest more than the mansion location, but maybe I'm wrong. Actually, no, I don't think I am, because I forgot that's reason lost, by the way. Because when I investigate the forest, I may fight some enemies and then run into events, whereas in the mansion, I'm just gonna keep my reason at this. If we die with this, so be it. We're actually gonna take the curse here. Hallucinations, but I don't need that much perception. Yeah, then the mansion, where I know I'm gonna be running from certain encounters and whatnot. I should have taken Outdoorsman, maybe. Well, we'll see. That's right, we are ill-fated, but... And while the mansion does have guaranteed, you know, events that guarantee a loss of usually reason and sometimes doom, I forgot. Again, I know what I'm going to run into there. It's either going to be an enemy I know I'm going to run from, or an enemy that I know I can two-shot reliably, as opposed to the forest, which has Kinoko Gatherer, Dream Eater, monsters that, yeah, you could still just run away from, but you are more likely to choose to fight, and that can cause weird HP thresholds that or weird HP values where afterward you just take an event and die. And then obviously, yes, the mansion has the doom decreasing events, but that's only part of it. So hey. But anywho, you might not get to the third character, but that's perfectly fine. I've done things to this stream that I shouldn't, and I started the stream late, so that's on me. I might do the third character separately as a video, but for now, we'll just continue moving on, because I'm probably going to do a Princess Maker 2. I'm probably going to release a Princess Maker 2 Regeneration video later on today. Anyway, I have to record it today. Usually I record videos the day before, as would be expected of most content creators and content creators in general, but here I've done more than a few videos in the same day and then uploaded them to my channel. But as we fight this obsessed man, I guess we're just gonna roll into this and see, because we're gonna two-turn him anyway, so we might as well, unless we missed like 3 of these. Oh my sweet goodness. Well, when that happens, you really don't expect it. There's no way it happens twice, right? I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, good. This is our last mystery. Do I need to rest? I have 6 stamina and effectively 5 reason, unless this happens. Oh, we just go for the same thing and take 2 reason damage to the face. I think we do need to rest here, by the way. So, yeah, we're gonna rest here. We have 10 damage on demand, but we probably want to just go all out anyway. And yeah, we're on Zectast, but we gotta rest. Recently, if we were to take a big chunk of my runs, usually resting before I enter, say, the mansion phase or the forest phase of mysteries is better than going in, because I think I've died. Now I've died a lot more. There's Cadaver Theater, by the way. Are we gonna get to Lord Doom? Is my next question. Otherwise this, but do I really want to gamble? I guess I do. Now, at this point, to be safe, I should rest. But if we're gonna throw the gamble anyway, which we didn't win, then we might as well have done that. But can we even do this out of curiosity? Yeah, we can. So we're gonna trade 4 stamina for 2 reason, just for safety reasons. But we could just run into another encounter. We're probably gonna run away in that case. But we're gonna find out in a hot moment, aren't we? So now we can run into encounters again. We're gonna get to level up again, assuming we survive. But we're not out of the woods yet. Quick thinking saving us there. We're gonna hold this level. Level 5 is more than enough to be completely accurate, but thankfully we didn't need it, so we should be out of this mystery now. Now I do need to remember my second encounter, but I shouldn't really, as long as we stay healthy here. I think I'm okay. Especially if I have a bath remaining. We do. So yeah, we're perfectly fine here. So I can increase anything I want. If I have a strength check, I can even increase my strength here, which I am going to. We have a knowledge check, we failed that automatically, but we have 2 second checks and we're perfectly fine. We have Takshis on here, but on top of core strength, that's We should survive here, is what I'm trying to say. So, without further ado, we walk up and we see what happens. We do have Kana with us, but that shouldn't matter. We can send Kana at Takshisan if need be. Pin him down while we go scale the lighthouse. Now, my question is, I think we did fight the Twisted Corpse in Eels. There's no way it's the Kabuki Killer, and there's no... there's no way it's Shiro-san, so it has to be the roommate. That was this process of elimination. I didn't remember my second encounter at all. I just went, no, I know it wasn't Shiro-san, and I know it wasn't a thing, and I know I fought something in Eels, so that removed the 2 bosses at the bottom and the Twisted Corpse, which, again, you're not fighting anything Recluse, and I know I fought the Twisted Corpse, most likely in the first mystery. But anywho, we took Recluse second. Just, again, the theory, we use our deduction to, hey, as it turns out, pass the run. But without further ado, I think I'll call it here. So without further ado, I'm just, for the next minute or so, if you want to see another run or something, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll close out the stream by kind of announcing what's going on this week. Still going to go on with the game dev. There's a low chance I finish it this week, unless I just go absolutely crazy. Yes, I'm playing Zenless Zone Zero. Yes, I'm playing through Princess Maker 2 Regeneration and Refine. Yes, I'm on shopping for other games, but unless something really drastic happens in terms of I just really want to focus on game dev, probably not going to see anything from me on that point. But just know, yes, I'm still making the RPG Maker games I'm making. And I need to pick up the pace, because Halloween is coming, and probably should do something for Halloween, really. But I guess we'll see when it comes by. Otherwise, I am still working on custom content, albeit very, very, very slowly, because that's like fifth priority down the list, if not even lower. But yeah, without further ado, the rest of this week will be Harbinger Horror. Will be another run of Princess Maker 2 Regeneration. I'll have to check to see what kinds of runs I did. Might take another week or two because of how slow this next run might be, but otherwise the rest of this day might be doing the third character, but definitely gonna be trying to do the last part of the regeneration video run I'm doing, which is the Hero Daughter. But yeah, as it pertains to World of Horror, mainly just waiting for an update of some sort. Otherwise, also looking at what characters other people make. But yeah, without further ado then, I think I'd just like to thank everyone for watching, whether you're watching now or in the future. And I will see you when I see you. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to, or if you don't want to, that's fine too. So yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll see you later. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.